If you enjoy hiking in Australia, especially in rainforests, guess what? So do leeches. And what's more, they also love hitchhiking and feeding. Hitchhiking on your body and feeding on your blood, that is. Hey everyone, Jelbuilder here, and on my channel you'll find a ton of videos about hiking and exploration, especially here in Southeast Queensland, Australia. So be sure to check out my other videos and consider subscribing if you're into outdoorsy kind of stuff. So let's talk leeches. Now leeches are a reality if you enjoy walking our trails, but so many people freak out and have a panic attack when they discover one on their body feeding on their warm blood. This is my personal experience advice on dealing with these freeloaders, and I hope it helps reduce the anxiety many new hikers have about what to do. So first of all, understand that even though leeches are blood-sucking parasites, meaning that they feed off their hosts, they honestly aren't bad nor dangerous. In fact, since the time of ancient Egypt, leech therapy has been used on humans even to this day, as part of a natural way of removing toxins from our blood and to treat a range of medical conditions. Now, leech therapy does not appeal to me personally, but each to their own. They have a head and they have a tail. The head is the more narrow part of their body, and it's the part with the mouth. And the mouth has saw-like jaws that are able to pierce your skin and suck your blood. At each end of their body is a sucker, which is how the little guys get around. So once we understand what leeches are, why do people freak out when a leech lands on them? Well, it's quite simple really. They look absolutely repulsive. I mean, they're thick, black, shiny, squirmy, and if they've had a good feed, then they're simply fat. In fact, I feel like vomiting right now looking at one up on my screen. There's over 500 different species of leeches worldwide, and they're both aquatic and land-based. If you're hiking in Australia, you'll mainly be dealing with the land leeches, especially in wet or moist forest environments. Our leeches crawl upon the ground that's wet or muddy, and they can also travel on tree branches and leaves. And so you can imagine just how happy they are when you step right beside them. It's like they go, "All aboard!" The most common place they will attach to you is your hiking boots. Once they catch a free ride, they then begin their very own hiking expedition upon your leg, and they keep exploring until they hit gold, which is your skin. If all you wear are shorts and low-cut socks, you've just made the job a whole lot easier for them, and they'll feed on your lower legs. Now once they've found a soft, supple section of your skin, they begin phase 2. They use their jaws to pierce your skin, and in doing so they release two things in their saliva: an anesthetic, which means you almost don't feel anything when they bite you, and an anticoagulant, which means your blood flows freely and won't clot. The most common ways I've noticed leeches on me personally when hiking are these. Number one, oh look, I've simply just seen them upon my skin. There's a leech, usually upon the back of my calves. Number two, I've felt like a tickling sensation on my lower legs as they're exploring where to set up their own camp. Or number three, I haven't noticed them until I've taken off my socks. And then there they are. Hello! Simply feeding and getting fat. So what do? Well, you've got a few options available, so choose for yourself. Number one, you can leave them on your body and they'll simply drop off by themselves after feeding on you for around 30 to 60 minutes. Number two, you can pull them tight by their tail and then place your fingernail or something flat underneath their head and then simply detach their sucker. Number three, I personally simply grab them quickly, pinch their head and pluck them off. And then I just flick them into the bush. A couple of things I don't recommend personally because it either just wastes time or can be dangerous. And number one, sprinkling salt to them. That can work, but why bother? There are faster methods available. Don't bother pouring alcohol or vinegar or petrol over them, and certainly don't try burning them off the skin. I mean, that's just crazy, man. Once removed, you can expect your skin to bleed for about 30 to 60 minutes. So what you should do is clean up the bite site, preferably with some antiseptic from your hiking first aid kit, or at the very least some clean water. Dry it as best as you can and then place a wide band-aid or some form of wound dressing over it. Sometimes the dressing can absorb a bit of blood, so you might have to change it until clotting occurs. Most leech bites that I've received, my skin at the bite site has always returned to normal the next day. However, sometimes I've had a leech bite swell and discolor my skin for up to a week after the hike, but it healed up on its own. Now everyone's different, so if you have some kind of abnormal reaction, be sure to see your doctor ASAP. So if you want to prevent leeches from catching a free ride on you and a free feed, have a little bit of a think about where you're hiking. Because if it's a rainforest or there's creeks nearby or it's a wet environment, get ready for leeches. Now personally, all I do is wear long hiking pants, high-cut hiking boots and long socks. And I simply spray the outside of my shoes and ankles with some kind of a insect repellent. Now I've had really good success with this, but sometimes the little blighters still get through. Other people also go a bit further and they wear like these super long footballers socks and then they tuck their hiking trousers into the socks. Some people also wear hiking gaiters and these have been quite helpful also. So there you go. Hiking is such an awesome outdoor activity and I absolutely love it, but leeches come part and parcel with our great outdoors. But as you've seen, leeches are super easy to deal with and to prevent, so don't let them deter you from hiking our amazing trails and rainforest walks. I hope you found this little video on these little bloodsuckers helpful. Give it a thumbs up, don't forget to share it with others, and until next time, get out there and explore somewhere new.